Good morning, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the story this morning about the Good Samaritan. Jesus told a lot of stories when he was on earth. And another thing that he told the disciples that was really, really important was that they were to love one another as he loved us. And that's what the man in the story did. He was loving and caring to that man when he didn't even know him. So my craft today is to try to help us to understand just how much God does love us, and so help us then to love other people. Now there's a lovely verse in the Bible that says that God holds us in the palm of his hands. It's the palm of your hands, that's the palm of your hand. God holds us in the palm of his hands. So we are going to make God's hands. So first of all, you need to get a piece of card and fold it so there's a good fold there. See? And then get an adult, because you need a bigger hand than yours, an adult to put their hand on so the little finger side is right up against the fold. And then you draw around your fingers, round and round. You don't need to go right down them, because we're not going to cut right down them. Just draw round and round like that. So you get like a hand shape, but you see there's a cross there. So you get your scissors out and you cut this out all the way around. Right round the top, right round, down there, but not there. And then down that bit there. So then you will have some hands like this. And when you open them up, oops, if I can open them up, you've got two hands fastened together, and it's like in the palm of God's hand. That's this palm of God's hands. So on the front, first of all, I'm going to write, love one another as I have loved you. So love one another, as I have loved you. See, love one another as I have loved you. And then when you open it up, I have chosen a picture of myself because it says God holds us in the palm of his hands. So I've got a little picture of myself. And I've chosen one of when I was little. I was about nearly 2, I think. And I'm going to stick that picture in the palm of God's hand. Now you might not have a little picture like that, but if you have, that's okay. But if not, just draw your face or a picture of your body or as you as a baby. Or just your face. And the reason I've chosen one of me when I was a baby, because in Psalm 39 it tells us that God knew us before we were even born. And then he saw us when we were born. And he loves us so much that Jesus said he had written our name on the palm of his hands. So I am going to write my name on the palm of this hand. See, that says Maureen. Now there's another lovely verse. I'm always finding these lovely verses. And it says, I am precious in his eyes. It means that we are precious to God. When he looks at us, he thinks, yes, that's my child. They are precious to me. So I'm using my purple pen now because I think purple's a colour for precious things. I am precious to God. Okay. I am precious to God. Isn't that wonderful? That is so wonderful to know that, isn't it? That we are so precious to God and he holds us like that. And when we know that and we know how much he loves us, then it gives us a real hope because we're going through a really difficult time at the moment. We can't see our friends. You can't go to houses for tea. You can't go out to play. I can't go play out with my friend Jill. Bit old to play out, but we do. So it gives us a hope. When we know how much we're loved, we can put our hope in God. And I'm choosing a green pen for hope because I think green's a hopeful colour. It's like spring, isn't it? Hope. And because we can hope in God, because we know that He loves us so much, we put our hope in God and we can trust Him. Trust Him to work everything out for us. Trust Him to sort things out, to work it out for us. And not to be worrying, but to trust Him. Put our hope in Him. And when we do that, and we know how much we are loved, and we know that God holds us every day, then that helps us to be able to love one another as He has loved us. So I thought that if you could make this, I hope you enjoy making it, and then when you've done it, perhaps you could put it somewhere so that if you get feeling a bit down and fed up because you've been in the house all the time and you're lonely, you're feeling cut off, then just have a look inside and just remember that God's known you since before you were born. He's got your name written on the palm of His hands. You are precious in His eyes. And that will give you the hope and the trust that you need to carry on. And it'll also help you to love one another as He has loved us. So I hope you enjoy making that. Amen. And I do hope that it won't be too long before we can actually see one another again.